Hi there, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about some news that's happened last week now. So this was on the 7th of January that news started to break on this, and it's with regards to Meta. So Meta are the company that own Facebook, Instagram, Threads, just to name a few things. There's a lot more they do, like WhatsApp for example there, but those are the three main things, or Facebook and Instagram being the main things there. Their largest platforms, their largest anything really, with over billions of potential customers there, people looking at their adverts, for example, users on their online space, their social media. So yeah, this is a really big company, and it has broke that there are going to be changes to their hate speech policies which do involve LGBT people, and it's not a tightening on hate speech, which you would be hoping really if you've used this platform and seen some stuff that has been said. In fact, it has been changed to just outright allow people, LGBT people, to be called abnormal or be called mentally ill even. Now, in the community standards that you can see online, I will link to where this can be found at transparency.meta.com. It has a number of different tiers of what would be hateful conduct, and some stuff it says to absolutely never post, such as calls or hopes for people to experience death or injury or to hurt themselves as well. So those are things that come under their tier one, their most important thing that should never be posted there, and that would affect LGBT people as well still, if people were calling in the comments of posts for people to get seriously hurt or anything else at all. But the most concerning thing is when you go to tier 2, where it can be a bit more ambiguous there with regards to content targeting a person or group of people on the basis of their protected characteristics. So again, that's your religion, that's your sexual orientation, your gender identity, your race, stuff like that there. And that's where this change in policy can be found. So in one section where it talks about insults, it makes a mention of mental characteristics such as not being able to call someone stupid, but it does go on to say that we do allow allegations of mental illness or abnormality when based on gender or sexual orientation. So that's outright saying that you can call someone crazy or deranged or anything like that at all if they're transgender, or if they're a lesbian, or if they're gay, or whatever they're to do with those groups. And it also goes on to say that given political and religious discord about transgenderism and homosexuality, common non-serious usage of words such as weird is also allowed, given that there is political and religious discord about this. And that's really disappointing to have to read there. There's a lot of statements that are being found about this, and a lot of people are disappointed. A charity in the UK, well, based in the UK, but also working in other countries, called GLAD, have released quite a lengthy statement with regards to this there, and not looking at the change favourably. I will link that in the description too of this video, as well as the transparency thing too, so you can read this for yourself. Personally, no, I really am disappointed about this there. I've used Facebook like a lot of people have for over a decade. I got my account when I was a teenager, younger than I should have there. I fudged my date of birth on it. And yeah, to hear this sudden change where originally it was a platform that didn't really have anything to say with regards to LGBT people or necessarily being a safe platform at all, to then changing to be very pro-LGBT when there is even a pride reaction for posts on Facebook, and there was over 50 different genders that you could assign for yourself in your Facebook profile. To have that very pro-LGBT change at one part there, back in like the 2010s there, where pro-trans or pro-LGBT movements were starting to become very mainstream there. Companies were cashing in during Pride Month and stuff like that. To see this massive reversal there, where they're outright saying, yeah, you can call a trans person a weirdo, to have that sudden change, it's just so disappointing, because they could have just stayed with having nothing especially to say at all, other than just working with, online safety laws in countries, which I'd like to hope, at least in the EU especially, there will be some pressure to be a safe space for the trans and the LGBT community still. I'd like to hope there is some pressure for this, but the fact that they could have said nothing at all, but it's now just been very, very publicly broke that, yeah, you can just take the piss out of any LGBT person if you use, the white words, calling us weird or whatever on this group. To have that sudden change, and a very public change too, this has been everywhere online now, it's really disappointing there. It feels like that this is actually going to really stir up a lot of stuff. It's gonna fan the flames when there is already hate speech on Facebook. There is already hate speech on Instagram. It does happen. From my own experiences of using it, you can report those comments there, you can report those profiles, and nothing ever really happens there. So it's like it's been in the background, that it's not been too important for them to have their views or their protections on LGBT people, but to say this quiet part very loudly and to possibly encourage any bad actors too, it really is a shame there. And I feel it's no surprise that this is happening just with how long to go now? 2 weeks to go until Donald Trump's back in office? Considering Mark Zuckerberg did meet up with Donald Trump as well before the the fact checkers were removed from Facebook. About the same time this was brought into place too. The fact that this is all happening whilst Donald Trump comes back into power there, it really is disappointing there. It feels like it is a bit of a money grab in a way to try and make sure that Meta, this huge company with billions of users daily, does still stay profitable for them. As if it can never not be profitable at this stage. They still have to do little grifts like this there, and potentially dangerous things now for a lot of LGBT people, just for, a bit of money or making sure that they can have some sort of influence still whilst politics change in the country, in the world, really. No, it really is disappointing there. It is hard to fully put into words. By all means, do let me know in the comments how you feel with regards to this as well there, whether it's neutral about it, or whether you maybe feel like me or completely opposite to me too, if you think this doesn't matter at all, because they've never been too good on on their reporting as well, and transphobia and stuff anyway, so it might not change a lot in a month or so's time there when this is really sank in. But it really is disappointing at this stage, and I know there's been a lot of articles about this. I know on a Pink News article, they're like an LGBT news article, mainly in the UK, there has been a report of at least one LGBT employee saying that they've had to take time off because of this. And I'm sure that's not the only employee too that does feel really disappointed about this there, as will a lot of users, a lot of former users now, as people look for alternatives now. So your Fediverse related stuff like Blue Sky and stuff like that I know a lot of my friends are turning to use. So I think we'll leave it at that for today, because I feel like there's not really a great deal for me to say on this now at this stage now. I just wanted to get my feelings out. Again, do tell me how you feel in the comments with regards to this, and if you liked this video, like it, maybe subscribe, and if we get any updates about this, I'll feel free to do another video, and check out some other videos too I've done with regards to LGBT related content. Thank you. Bye now.